expecting, yeah, it's like picks are pretty much immediate from both sides. That quick lock-in
Hmm.
from Built Butter. I love it.
Yeah, and both these teams, they're playing pretty standard for what we've seen from them in
Yeah.
the past couple of days. Have the KJ out, the Cypher on the other side for Vernina. Oftentimes we see her up in the rate on the Rays in other team environments, so
Hmm.
I find that switch up a bit interesting. We'll have to see how well that goes over for her. But she was playing that
Yeah.
Sentinel role yesterday as well, so nothing out of the ordinary, nothing exciting in terms of agents. But starting off on the defense, will be let me get ourselves sorted out there. On the defense, that's going to be Built
Hmm.
Butter and Money Crew up
Yeah.
on the attack, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Let's see here. Yep. I love it. Like, it's a Han. She's been back and forth on either her controller or sentinel position. I've been enjoying her Sova, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I mean, she still frags out. Like you have Ariana on that Omen that frags out. It's not Han is the frag out, and it's quite interesting that you don't need to be a duelist to get those kills. So just remember that, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely not. I find it interesting that it's just this solo cipher towards A. Normally, we see teams contesting pretty heavily towards this side of the map, but it is just the stack, and they'll start to make their rotations back towards into more of a default spread. But it's definitely a slow start up for the Money Crew.
Yeah. Everybody just posture just outside of A, but you already see Lori making her way over to help the cipher out, and smokes are the signal, and the shots are underway as the rest of the Money Crew push their way onto A side right now. Ariana with the opening shot taking out Lori, and that spike on top of all of those Killjoy utility is now being put down.
Yeah, drawn to on the work back in there, but it is that disadvantage for the side of the defense. Hit not Han clears out that elbow position, and they still have utility to work with, but not much time. The Paranoia is up on the triple player, but the Frenzy, good at least for one from Mari. Flowerful on that trade through. The health is low for some of these remaining defenders, but Flowerful still manages to find one, a crossfire to close it up, and Slay's now left in the clutch. She still has this utility, so as long as they can't be on the spike quite yet, but blinded off the line and finishes. Flowerful with the 4K to pick up the pistol.
All good. All good.
That was such a strong round for her on that retake, Flowerful, and she just, even on top of like all of the utility and the post-plant positions that the Money Crew have, the coordinated push in, forcing them out, it was very well executed, and they're just going to take that first point because of it.
Yeah, both teams, of course, the defense off that win are going to be investing into all the full armor Spectres. Little bit of money put into this round from the side of the Money Crew. Ari, she's up on that Sheriff, but nothing much to call home about. And I feel like that round was just interesting in the way that there just weren't very good crossfires established. There wasn't much of a setup to work off of. This Paranoia is there, but the attackers will be able to hold back, and they are still holding just this solo cipher towards A, and it worked out last round with that retake. So I want to see how this continues, and if this is a theme we see more into the rifle rounds here.
Yeah. Looks like the rest of the Money Crew still standing on the borders of B side, but it's Flowerful adding another point to her belt as she takes out her doppelganger, Luna. Rest of Money Crew are going to be forced back and having to reset all their way over, but Cypher never left that site, and she is going to spot this rotation. She's already on her cam, waiting for them to go, and I think the rest of Built Butter already are, making that move as well. They're not. It's not going to be here.
Yeah, the thing about playing retake here means that Jenna will get that spike plant down, and that's the best you can really hope for in this round. It is that incredible superior firepower, so I might have been nice just to see them try and contest that a little bit more, but it should still be one they can sweep up. Actually, a big investment into this. So run it back from Flowerful on the retake, and that's the one weapon to be afraid of. Taking out the picture, The rest will soon follow. Slays with a classic. She'll find one. Nothing more. A second round, as we'd expect for Built Butter.
Yeah. That second round, run it back.
That was
Paying off
interesting.
significantly for her. I mean, I love it. You get it fast, just might as well use it. It's such an impactful ultimate. And, you know, capitalizing. She is 7-0 right now. So she's already, you know, like, she'll be pretty much, if she keeps this momentum going, she'll be on her way to at least using or having that ultimate 2 more times this game.
Yeah, and she's also just farming money off of the amount of picks she got last round. She already has 2,900 again, even though she bought down to practically 0 in that last one. They have actually brought the raise over to A this time, and for the money crew, for the most part, they've just been kind of playing together, stacking up here, but as it is that bonus on the Spectres, this should be the round to recoup for the money crew. Information given away towards U-Haul, but they're again kind of falling back here, playing a bit more retake, but holding on to the showers control as we notice the double setup there, Saj.
Yeah. They're going to use this opportunity right now. The rest of the money crew already taking over lamps, but that spike tried to stall a little. Jenna will eventually trade it out, but body down to make that 2 bodies left for the money crew, and they can't even get that spike down yet. They want to plan it, but it's a 2v2, still very doable.
Yeah, this has gotten much closer than it probably should have. The teleporter out, and now it's left to Slays in the clutch. She still has 2 swarm grenades to work with, and she can recall that turret back to aid her. However, there is that Hunter's Fury available should they deem it necessary. It's going to come down to this post plant. And Slays, this will be tough for her if they do play this right, if they play this together.
Yeah.
Swarm grenade out.
She uses her first molly, trying to slow it down, buy some time for that spike to tick off, but she's gonna just have to play that spike. She hears them, tries to flank them.
This
Very
positioning could be
sneaky.
perfect. She still has a swarm grenade that she can pop on the bomb. Instead, she's just going for the wall bang and the swing for the trade to close. That is unfortunate for Slays, and for her team as a whole, losing out on that one is going to be tough. They got it close, but this means that this economy for Built Butter is going to keep building. And that round where you're normally going to shut that down, it's just going to have that bank continuing to compound, and it will be down to a lighter buy for the side of the money crew. I'm going to be interested to see if in our next rifle round, maybe they take things a little bit slower, play that default, because they do have some really great individuals that when you're playing that default, when you're just playing those picks, getting that map control can work well. And they're not always going to have to rely on these full hard executes. So we'll have to see how that adaptation goes. But there is 2 towards Puka this time. They're also sticking through with this double showers hold. And this is something that's become more and more normal on Bind, putting 2 towards showers and then just kind of playing the retake. So we really love to see it.
Etnot Khan uses Hunter's Fury, not really able to connect with anybody, but Slays is the one that opens up the round. These sheriffs right now are doing some work as the rest of Built Butter are forced to now work on a retake. 2 women down. And
lots of utilities still kind of available here. Hunter's Fury is up for the side of the attack. They can use that if they need to into this post plant. And well, the guns still lay in advantage. Ari finding one there. This is so much scarier. There's kills coming out, but it's left down to Itnot Han. And look at the ults available. Hunter's Fury, if they want to use it. Molly's on the bomb. Everything they could want. And Slays has the angle to find that thrifty round. A perfect time to get a response for the money crew.
that was a huge round for them. Just those sheriffs manages to get 2 quick picks on B site, and that just changed that moment. The pendulum has swung. They've now picked up those rifles, fixed their economy like just a little bit, and it's now Built Butter are kind of forced to have a little broken buy system like right now. Half rifles, half shotguns, but Lunar Cats will open it up with that run it back as she tries to push her way onto A site.
Ari's up quick here, the shorty. close in there. Oh, this angle is going to be everything, but just through the cage. Doesn't
That
even
was
matter
nice.
for Ari as Bernina falls. And with that start, they'll be pushing in quickly. Panini, again, not finding too much of anything. So with this lighter buy, we'll be into the retake. It Not Han still has a weapon about her, but it's just her and one teammate remaining for this work back in.
Target
Yep,
down.
Flowerful already on site takes out Ariana. Is trying to find the rest of the money crew.
Last player standing.
Not able to connect. And it's all up to If Not Han, but she'll be finished off, and that's now 2 points for the money crew.
Yeah, alt economy looking good for them, so they can continue to build into that. We did see the one hero rifle there not used to much effect, but the economy looking a little bit better for their side of things. And I feel like with the current defensive setup that we have, when that double showers hold is dismantled or when they're forced to fall back, they're really struggling to retake if they do end up in that disadvantage. So they're going to have to be really careful about playing these trades, keeping themselves in control, but the momentum's still picking things up for the money crew. This is quite aggressive. One in close, but they will back up, hold back, and this is kind of what we wanted to see. A bit more of a default, but up long, It Not Han's getting aggressive, and she'll be rewarded onto Lunar Cats with still a minute and a half on the clock. That's an early advantage to the defense.
Yeah, and they've definitely like changed things up here on the Built Butter side. They've now put Vernina on the Cypher over at B along with It Not Han, and they're playing both their duelists on A site here. So the rest of the money crew are forced to kind of spread themselves out, try to see where they can get that opening, and that Spike slowly making their way over onto B. But
Yeah, look how passive this is from them now. They know that they have this man advantage. They know they can just kind of chill out, don't have to take any fights. And that kind of disciplined aggression where you find that early advantage and then can just chill out, stay back, not give away an inch, an opportunity is perfect. They are grouped up towards long here. Omen's still on the lurk, and that Hunter is, or I'm sorry, that From the Shadows should
30
reveal
seconds left.
the positioning on this Cypher. Not quite, though. Teammates in to support. They're holding the line in close. And a peek out from Zoe. She finds one. Can't double down. Maybe on the trade. And actually, she'll find the spike there as well. Make it 3
nice.
for the Omen. 10 seconds left. Not much to work with here. Ari up close. Catches out Panini. But still, they don't have the spike. They don't have much chance in this. And it's all over. 4-2.
Yep. Again, Panini, very strong showing for her. Manages to take the trade from her teammate and then pick up 3 kills immediately after securing that spike, while the rest of Built Butter make their way onto their rotation. That was huge. Like, as you already mentioned, the patience that they had. The timer is against the money crew when they have that spike and it is still not planted. All the pressure is on them to make a play, and they felt that pressure. They tried to push through and it just didn't pan out for them.
Yeah, I really like the saying, make them make a play. And that's exactly what they did in that situation. They knew they had advantage, so they didn't have to make the move. They didn't have to take any risks. And that was clear. Hunter's Fury up off this tag for Jenna. She'll actually find 2 tags, converts the kill onto 1, but one of her teammates has been felled in the meantime. Omen anchoring towards A, and the rest of this defensive side holding down the fort on the B site as the money crew execute in.
Run it back is now used by Flowerful as she pushes her way through, picks up Lunar Cats, and that's 3 bodies left with Spike still not planted for the money crew. So, but the rest of the Built Butter, their positioning is good, so they're just gonna have to run that Spike, teleport through onto A. But it's a
But Omen
2v4.
already here. Panini is already in this position, and if she can cut off this cross into sight, she'll be a bit too late for that. But it's still this 2 versus 4. Omen's up in heaven, looking for the shot, and with Lori finding that, Jenna, nothing she can do. That is another round to go the way of Better Butter. And this defense is looking really strong right now. I noticed that they're consistently changing where they're having those kind of double stacks. We'll see those 2 duelists consistently, or the Omen and one of the duelists, consistently playing together in an aggressive position really just holding tight. By varying it every round, it's really hard for the Money Crew to get a clean read of what the game plan is for Built Butter. And in that unknown, they're just capitalizing round after round.
Yeah, that pressure that
goes
Built
here.
Butter is creating
Yes, this
as
should
the
do.
timer ticks away, not giving any opportunity for any of the gates on either side
This
to
is a nice
open
spot. This goes
until
here.
they're sitting at like almost like 30 seconds left on the
Mhm.
map. And that pressure has to be quite frustrating. But look at Lori opening it up with her showstopper, trying to see if she can connect with anybody. But the beauty of that ultimate is even if it doesn't find her, you see the rest of the Money Crew just kind of running back, getting pushed out, capitalizing for the rest of Built Butter to play a little aggressive as they clear out the back of A.
Yeah, and look at their positioning here. If they get the information from Omen, they could flank onto A, and it actually looks like the attack is leaning towards this site, Flowerful and close, and she might not be expected here. 3 presenting himself, no trigger to discipline, but she can't quite double down on it. Still, 2 players towards showers, and this raise still this unknown quantity, but she's heading right into this Killjoy turret on the flank. The execution is in on the way of the attack, and that will signal the defenders to make their way forth, but they don't have really any ultimates on the work back end besides this neural theft. Lunar finds Renina, and not quite the trade through, but it is it, not Han, to find Ari. Lunar's blind off, but so is the Omen, and it's a bit awkward, but Panini will win this, so this is now into this 2 versus 2. That Killjoy lockdown available. And now it's left on to Slay. She'll pick up the first, has the swarm, but she does not expect 2 from the same angle. Panini to find the last one, 6 rounds.
That was so. I just want to like, Lori on the raise on that flank. As soon as she made her presence known as that spike was going down, it really divided the attention of the rest of the Money Crew as far as where they were looking. They were expecting to push into sight. They just came from there. We're not expecting anybody flanking them so fast. And they now have to watch clear showers, clear heaven, clear CT, and now clear their short.
This should do.
And
This is a
that
nice spot.
ended up, I mean, they were able to get those trades, but at the end of the day, it just did not allow them any proper positioning to kind of lock it down. And we're already opening things up again. Lunar Cat's on her run it back. Yeah, she's
No charges
trying to just make her presence known, but no one's biting.
Yeah, no rotations through, and Not Han has a perfect read. Hunter's Fury just narrowly missing the toes of the Killjoy, but this means that ult wasted for nothing, and the information is known on the side of the defense. The attackers up here, and the rotations already starting to come through. They're going to be heading into a stacked site if they do decide to commit this, but not to be. Rotations already heading their way back out, and well, if this isn't the game of Bind, just constant back and forth rotations, what else is?
They're creeping their way through too short, but that little like step. But you know, the rest of Built Butter, they get it. They understand that Bind, you just have to be going back and forth. The rest
Oh, look at where Omen is.
of them.
There was just a teleport right in front, but somehow, how does Ari find that? That is so impressive from her, and Lori, everything is just kind of falling apart right now for the defense. 2 kills that just kind of make you grit your teeth a little bit. So they have a heavy disadvantage on the work back in, and Flowerful caught out, plucked from the air by Ari. I mean, with how their economy is, I wouldn't even hate seeing them save here, and looks like that might be the call. Working their way back out, and that's a conceded third.
Yeah, definitely. That was a huge round as far as them locking it in. They've lost 3 in a row. They really needed this win. It'll get this. They'll get some plant money. They'll keep their rifles. Well,
Trying to hunt here.
Last player standing.
Oh no.
Nope, she will keep it. If not, Han loses hers instead. So yeah, that's pretty big. Like she's not able to save that, and a much needed win, as you mentioned, because they rotated fast enough. And the biggest thing is they caught Built Butter off guard on that rotation. Yeah. They pushed in a lot faster. They were not distracted by anybody quickly flanking them because they got those picks. And
This goes here. Yes, this should do.
yeah, that worked out in their favor.
Yeah, I think that what started everything off right was that our Ari pick over towards over towards the teleporter. She was just holding that close angle. It was expected, but still, the other Omen couldn't quite win that fight. So another round found here, and if they're able to maybe chain 1, 2 more together, that's definitely a very respectable attacker sided half. So things staying in close, but the defenders have been able to field another buy. So this is one that they could definitely reply back into. Utility out, and this is actually a really quick hit. Zoe up with that rocket, and one inside of the tin can, but the smokes are making it really awkward. 2 picks the way of the defense. Spike carrier set loose, a paranoia, and a push in, but Panini will still find a frag. 3 on 2 here, and it slows down. Itnothan finds that, so it's Lunar Cats. She's left in the clutch. The drone out towards her position. She can try and fall back, try and run, but at least hear her. Cypher in CT, and Vernina closes that up. That's a really good, quick response by Built Butter. They're not letting this spiral out of control. They're not letting themselves throw away that lead, and that's also their economy re-stabilized.
Yeah, that all of those utilities from Omen, it created. It was a half the smokes, were from the Money Crew, and the other half were from Built Butter. But
This is a nice spot.
Built Butter just played it to their advantage. They just sat in those Omen smokes, were able to push in, peek out, because they know where the Money Crew was going to be coming from, and got those frags, got the points, got the round.
That's a great flash there from one, and Lori doubles down on that frag. This is what I really love to see, that calculated aggression. They go in with a couple, find a great early vantage, and like we've seen from them repeatedly, it's then falling back safe. Someone's going to have to make a play here. Someone's going to have to go big to reply. Already holding on in showers, and the rest of our team is towards A, but this is a triple stack here, Saj.
Yeah. Ariana will find that frag, but they are going to be coming into this, not even finding Panini sitting up top. Will eventually get traded out, but the rest of Built Butter already on site. They know Spike is there, and it's all up to Ariana. Tries to teleport through, but she gets spotted by Vernina, and that's 8 points now for Built Butter.
Yeah, that aggression down long, finding those 2 opening picks, really perfectly played from them, and then they just had to hold on tight, keep going. Good attempt from Ari, but nothing much she could do there. So looking towards this final round before the swap, the buy is a bit broken, and there is that ultimate available. Lunar Cat, she's up on the run it back. Same for Flowerful, and Flowerful has been such an impact player thus far this game. She started off, what was it, 7-0, 8-0, something like that, where she was just really going crazy, and she's been a little bit more controlled since then, but still, her impact has definitely been felt. Run it back will get taken out by the Omen, and I love this consistent adjustment from the side of Built Butter. Every round, their setup is different. It's never something that you can expect. I do not envy whoever's having to call for the Money Crew right now.
Yeah, you're expecting them to play 2 showers? No, just kidding. We are, all 3 of us, sitting in the back of lamps in the truck. No one's expecting that, but Zoe with that Bulldog, huge pick, taking out Itnothan.
Nice paint
That's
shells.
a big fragger. And paint shells too, yeah. So they will make their way onto B side, but Flowerful already running through with her run it back. Will connect, taking out Jenna. Lunar Cat's on the back, takes out Panini. But 3v3, they want to get that spike down.
Spike
Or he
player
throws
paint
the
shells,
paint
they
shells,
will.
tries to see, yeah.
They will get that plant down regardless. Lunar up with this flash to try and work back in here, but she's caught off guard again by Flowerful. She's doing so much for the team, but she just needs a little bit more. Slays now has that pick, and ooh, that is such a strange fight. Lori finds it. She's down low to 15, but so too is Slays. She can't even find one. Lori with the 3K, and it is a 9-3 half. That is dominant for Built Butter.
And Money Crew, they are the fall damage
Switching
as well.
sides.
But Money Crew, they're gonna want to try and see if they can take some of these rounds back now that they are going to be on the defender side. They do have that Killjoy. to at least like help lock down sides. It's similar matchup as far as what Built Butter had, and it just kind of comes down to, are they able to hold the
Yeah.
same way that Built Butter did? Are they going to
Yeah.
borrow pages from that playbook?
Yeah, and I mean, it really has to start with this pistol round. If we want to start even having that discussion about the possibility of a comeback, I think it has to start here. Because if they lose out on that, that would be 11, and at that point, it's practically, well, at least it's very improbable. The drone up long as his first point of initiation, but 2 flashes through great response from that paranoia, though cancels out that aggression. And things slow right on back down. Sova will make her way over towards this B site, but well, Built Butter, they don't really seem so sure about it.
Yeah. We're looking at Lori. She's posted up in hookah, but she's gonna fall back with, and kind of reset with the rest of their team, which is what we're seeing, I think, from both sides here. Everybody's just kind of postured up, waiting for someone to make that first step into whatever trap everybody has set. But that's a call. The timer in play. The rest of Built Butter walking their way onto B site, which it's 4 versus 2 on that entry, and it might really work out for them if they're able to take those frags. And if not, Han opens it up, taking it out Ariana, but Zoe, strong pain shield, powerful, removed. But that spike will go down. It's a 4v4.
Yeah, utility still available for this post plant, but Panini's playing in close. Probably at least good for 1, maybe 2 with this frenzy armor. Now the defenders are starting this work back in, pushing out. Ari for the first to dink on the second, so that's Sova knocked low. But Lunar has the trade through, so it stays with that attacker advantage. Look at this, so disciplined from them. They know they don't have to peek, they just play in close, not even giving an inch. Time still ticking away, and the health is not great for anyone. Jenna holding down on this defuse. She already has it halved, but the swings are through, closed up, it not Han. She found a lot of impact there, and I think it really started with that recon bolt. We saw it tagged out that, I believe it was the Omen, playing in that pocket position, which granted practically a free kill, and then they just traded their way to victory from there on out.
Yeah, the strength of the communication right now from Built Butter, very noticeable. They played everything so patiently, not giving any information as far as where they want to play to the Money Crew. When they threw that Sova arrow, they walked as a group postured outside of B halls. And as soon as that made its presence on the map, you saw the rest of the team running their way onto site, checking the same corners, making sure they're getting those trades. And it was just well executed overall.
Yeah, this hookah setup is scary. 3 stacked in here, and well, if you're a fan of Built Butter, you should be happy to see that they're not electing to push the matter there. We'll start to fall back, and, well, let's say they convert this one, which they are very primed to do. That's 11-3, and what can the Money Crew do after that? They will need to build some momentum quickly. Lunar in close, trying to go for a peek. The blind's out, but it's too late. Still the frag found by Panini elsewhere. Ari picks up one. That's also going to be a Spectre recoverable, but, well, they're going to have to recover their control of this A site.
Oh, wow. Lori, strength on that Spectre. She's going to push through. Will connect, find another for her. That's a double kill now. And the rest of the Money Crew just going to be feeding her those kills with the triple. She's looking for her quadra. Will connect and finds it. Takes out Slays. 11 points. Built Butter.
Looking overall, this has been a quiet game for some of the members of the Money Crew. Zoe, Jenna, they're kind of having a tough time, at least thus far, and that's, well, it's not great for them, because in previous games we've seen Zoe have some really big impact on that raid. She's normally one of their kind of star players who's really doing a lot, and when you have a player like that that's just, having a tough game, that can really be just one of your win conditions that just isn't there. And, well, the scoreline is kind of reflecting some of these woes. 11-3, and this is going to be very, very challenging for the Money Crew.
So Flash forces the rest of the money crew back from showers as Built Butter already putting pressure, all making their way, taking over lamps, but that line from Ariana gets her one before finally being traded out. Spike trying to be planted, but making it difficult, the money crew.
Yeah, this is fairly close. Good paint shells onto Vernita. She's down low. So Lori, she's gonna have to find herself being a hero here. Lunar Cats wants to hunt down this frag on the Cypher tucked in on triple. And what? What? Oh, no way. I thought she saw the gun barrel there. And now this is a 2-on-2, but this is a completely isolated fight. Raze versus Raze. If one of these players dies, that could be the spell of disaster. You notice Vernina, she's trying to book it over, tap on the spike. This will force out a peek from Lori. She's trying to peek in, and Zoe can't hit that shot, but that is information over both these players. Still fairly healthy, but Lori, how does she get that? Already, the Cypher in position to help the showstopper up, and it will close. Lori finds match point.
That was... She played so patiently in elbow, waiting for someone to tap that spike, knowing as well that she should be expecting some sort of rotation from the Killjoy. And that's wide swing that forced Zoe to miss. That has to feel rough, because not being able to connect to that has forced Vernita making her way over, balancing everything out. That 1v1 back to a 2v2.
Yeah, that round has really wiped any hope I had of a comeback away, because not only is that match point when you only have 3 rounds, that's got to be a bit of a tilter. They had no business losing that round, to be fair. Like that was really well played, really impressive from Built Butter that they somehow managed to pull that out. And it was just unlucky things, like someone backed into Vernina and just lost, and that sucks. And when you have multiple rounds happening like that, what are you really to do? Lunar Cats on the very last bullet through the smoke picks one up. She's trying to spray down for more with that run it back. Look at this. They faked the teleporter, and it's drawn rotations. They're already working their way back, so it's just Killjoy on this site, Sash.
Wow, that is... Everybody from the money crew just went over, and I'm a little concerned that they're waiting a little bit
They don't know.
too long, maybe. Yeah, they had no idea that they fell for it, but is it a fake of a fake? The way the rest of Built Butter, they're making their way back on the mountain. Oh, Vernina will spot one.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds. They're gonna have to find committal soon. The teleporter's still an option, but they are gonna choose onto this B site. Lunar in backside cannot find anything. Slays with one from Hookah. 3 versus 3 in this one. Slays in close. They have to pull this one if they even want an opportunity to try and come back. Jenna, with that Guardian in CT, she might just push out into Lori's position here from the shadows. They're waiting. A standstill. That is the committal. Ari is in position, but Lori doubles down for 2. It's left to Ari. Who else but her to find this clutch? Oh, the shock dart and the utility. Just so perfect. That is a 13-3, and that is not what I expected. That was kind of an evisceration from Built Butter.